So we're starting a little into the project already, but this is the process. I am starting to do my own, sorry, just trying to make it fastest, ladder. So this is what I have so far, and that is these two 21-inch on the short side, 22-inch a hair off. It's more like 21 and 15/16 on the long side, but I'm doing a 90-degree there, and then what we will end up doing is right here we're doing a nip off, and I will be having a 2-inch on the short side and hopefully a 4-inch on the long side, the top side, of where that'll be the connecting bar, because I'm doing what they call like a J hook over for my transom mount. So this will be mounting on the transom itself, and then I'll have it spacing out with some type of pipe. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the square tube yet, which is 1-inch 14 gauge wall, or if I'm going to do something like that, which is a galvanized or a black iron, because then I can hopefully make something that is adjustable. So then if I ever run into a different boat scenario, but I have not decided with that style yet. I'll say I'm doing cutting right now. I'll be doing the welding at home, and I'll have a tripod for that one. I forgot my tripod. So sorry about that, but this will be this week's video. I know I have been uploading a little bit, but we'll lift this up here, and I'll give it a proper introduction, but you've already seen that. Right there, yes, perfect. That's hot. Perfect, 90 off. That's the, so if you can see my marked line right there, I'll get you in there. And sorry about the lighting, we're working with what we got right now. That will be the short side, as I'm referring to, is from this point to this point. That is considered the short side of the 90 or the J hook. The long side is going to be the top point of this. So right there to where that line leads, right there, that'll be the long side. And that one should be around 4 inches. Again, I'm not doing it exact. I'm doing them symmetrical. And then I will belt grind them in to spec, if that makes sense. There we go. So they won't be to 21 3/4. It won't be exact, but they'll be symmetrical. That's what I am looking for, some symmetry. So when you're trying to step up this ladder, you don't fumble and fall off. Now I am going to be doing a lot of my talking wall sawing, because that'll give me the best time efficiency, because it is hot in here. We have AC, but I'm not trying to run it because it's not worth it. I won't be here long. But what I am running into is essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to cut all this, and then I am going to right it all up, get right angles all good. Probably going to borrow a right angle square of some sort. It's a couple clamps. And then from there, I will be tacking in the place, testing it, fitting it, because I still have to fit up tabs. The biggest thing I'm worried about right now is getting the 90s right, so that everything else comes to play. Because if you start off jank, it only gets worse from there. You can't really unjankify something like that. But what I'm running into right now is, this saw takes forever, but it is better than trying to cut perfect 90s by hand. I will say I am not the best at that. Is that what's stopping? Oh, sorry. The saw won't cut. Interesting.
I'll be there.
So, I don't know how loud the saw is right now on the phone, but right here, it gets close to touching when it was coming down and it got stuck. So, I believe it's touching again, so I'll have to adjust that, but that'll be a later thing probably, after this cut at least. So, we've jumped forward a little bit, but it's weld time. This is my welding hood. Root fill cap, and then Baby Yoda. You can see he's peeping everywhere. But Vulcan, we're about to get this done. I keep forgetting the videotape, but this is going to be what it looks like. I just did those. I'll grind those smooth, get the porosity out. Same thing on that one. I'll get the porosity out and hopefully make those seamless. I welded the outside so it'll suck in, so I will start from that corner, go in, start from that corner, go in. I will do that little bit last, if at all. Same thing with that one. I'll probably just do a quick bead, but I will focus my heat on these outer corners so it opens that up, because if it opens up, that is fine. I just can't have it closing up, if that makes sense. But on to the next one. So, update. I have made a little progress, but I made a setback. So I had the tabs welded on, these two and these two. But you see this one's all ground up. I welded these on the left. You see these are on the left too? You see the problem? I had two left hands. But I have since I took those off. I reused the old ones. I'll just grind them off, make it pretty before I paint it. But right now, I am clearancing these. These are going to be the rungs. I'm clearancing these, bolt them all together. I drilled all the holes so they're all parallel. I marked them going one up, and they're all straight up arrows, so they all will be in line. I just got to surface this, surface that bottom, so when it folds, it clearances. Sorry, not very big updates, but I'm trying to speed up because it is looking a little cloudy, but we will get there. Hello. So update again, fast forward, all tabs are on. I just have to go around, finish weld them all out. So it's gonna say this is how I found out I can do it a little faster. Clamp the bar, wedge it, all the kit and caboodle. They're probably not the straightest of straight, but they are 90 degrees. I've checked. They are. So this goes from 0, 7 inches and a 16th. Those are 14 inches and an 1/8. So what I did was I added an 1/8 here and an 1/8 here to even it out, so it looks even once it hangs from the top. This will be your top step. This will be the top of the transom right about there, right here. So you think that's your first step into the water. Second step, that'll be the bottom of the boat, this last step. And I plan on, I'm going to finish weld it all. I'm going to wire wheel all this. I'm going to touch it up with a flap disc. And then from there, I'm going to finish weld all around there. And then go from there. I was gonna say, I'll probably be painting it tomorrow, but probably not because I still have to do the backside. So I will pop that off. And we will. So this is the backside. So what I mean by finish the backside is see how it's gonna lay. It's obviously not gonna be that flat. It'll be about there. That one connects down there. That one connects there. Obviously that one. I've trimmed all of those. You should be okay. But what I mean by the backside is transom facing this way. I am going to right about here, right below this brace, have to put a kicker off so that when you're climbing in, the ladder doesn't go boop. It'll stay straight. Or actually it would go boop like that. But you get the gist. So that's how I'm going to do that, but I need to measure. And now you see why I say it's not perfect. This is flush, but that did open up after it cooled. So I'll just have to finish weld all up, and you'll see the finished product after, oh, not finished product, but the finished weld product. So, blah. Hello. So, I just got done assembling it. I did a bunch of finished welding, a bunch of boring stuff that you probably don't care about. So, this is what we got. So, what I did was get out of your gloves, wire wheeled it, or not wire wheeled it, polished it. It's a worn out wheel. Works good for moving the scale. I'm just prepping all this. I was planning, I probably will still, I'll sandblast all of this. Probably not these much because I don't want that grinny texture, but the welds and the tabs I'll sandblast. These I'm just going to touch up with the wire or the flap discs. They're hot as shit because I was just doing this. I'm like, oh, I forgot to record. I'm sanding these down extra so we get a little more clearance this way. Because this way it's fine. Yes, I know. I'll have to knock this, see how it's all bendable? I have to knock all that off with a file. But I have a new tool called Air Filer. The files are trash, but it cost me $10, so I guess I'll try it. If not, I'll just hit it with a flap wheel on the edge, or I'll hit it with my wire wheel down there. But that's better. I switched the camera to zoom. I have to prep these two. I'm primering these, but after I primer them, I am going to be taping about an inch and an inch on these. The rest will get painted. Only reason I'm doing that is for clearance reasons right here. If I have bed liner in these joints, they won't work out very well. Slap that down. From there, I just have to weld plugs right here. They're inside, just gotta go essentially grab them. And then what those plugs are gonna do is they'll space the ladder off the boat. Oh my Atlanta, what the fuck? You see that bug? Back to this, it'll space it off the boat hole so that it'll shoot straight out. I hope I made them long enough. If not, I made it so they thread in, so I will just get new ones. It's just black iron pipe. It'll be pipe thread, and then you thread it all the way so that they're even. They'll bottom out. But I have to go in there and get them. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's get the bands all up. Black iron pipe. It's a 1/8 wall. Some of it's thicker, 3/16. It all depends. It's all made in Malaysia anyway. But those are drops. This is what I mean. So this is a coupler that I sliced in half. These are all steel couplers. We get them on the ends of pipe to protect threads when we order a 21-inch stick at my work. So I just took them, we throw them away. And there's 1 inch of threads, 1 inch of stick out. I made it 1 1/4, I believe. I don't have my tape on me, but I made 2 of them. This hopefully will space it far enough, and I'll put a rubber dampener there also. Space it far enough that it'll kick it off the boat. If not, I will make new ones, but I think 2 inches is what I came up with. It's not the end of the world if I fuck up on that one. Because they're easy, I'll just have to get a piece of 3-inch pipe. But that is the update. This video is going to be kind of long because I have a bunch of clips, but hopefully y'all enjoy it.
Oh, what did you do? What is that?
Okay. So, they're bed linered. And let me zoom out a little bit. Like I'm drying. I have the little blank areas are just going to be primered because the clearances are too tight to have any paint there. So if they do have a rust problem, I'll paint them, but I'll probably cover them in marine grease, and that'll repel a lot of the water. I'll fill all that area in there, right there, with marine grease, so I don't have to worry. They showed up. How you feeling? Tired? Hazel!
Hi. Say hi.
This is Hazel and Maddie, by the way. Y'all haven't met them. This is going on my YouTube. Yeah. Hazel stole my drink. Hazel, pull your shirt up. Interesting. But that's that. So, this is the finished product. Let's zoom out a little bit. Folds down just like that. And then, oh, there it is better. So it is 4.5 inches wide, folded up, 13 inches wide, out, 10-inch ladder rungs. And then like this, it is 22 inches tall. Up like this, it is 31 inches tall. I'm proud of how it turned out. Obviously, this is not where it'll be, but that's it hanging. That's exactly how it does off the transom. And then this, for a lot of the people wondering, is where that comes into play. Got rubber tubing that runs down so when it hooks, it doesn't scratch. Say the rhino liner kind of sucks, but we'll probably end up doing, if this functions the way I want it to on the actual river, we may actually make one out of aluminum or stainless. So that one will be tigged, not migged together. And then if this one still does good and I like it, we're going to do roll-on bed liner. Or I'll see if someone can quote me how much it would charge to powder coat it, because I think powder coating it would be nice too. But obviously, I want that rough texture, which on the stairs, you can see it. It's a good texture. Just, I thought it would hold up a little better.
I found my boot.
Nice. Also, the welds, not the best in the world. You know, if you paint a weld, it shows everything. I'm proud of them. Especially these. Nice smooth. I really, with Advent about getting all the weld beads off, I hate when you do paint a project and they leave weld beads. It's disgusting. But just like this, obviously on the back, it's a little tighter fit after you step on it, but same design. Lift up and then turn sideways. And then I designed it so you see how it'll lay right there. I have a Velcro strap that'll go around, and then if you also look, fits perfectly right here. Or if I want to, I can lay it down in the nose also. So very practical. And that was my weekend weld project. So yeah. So it took me altogether, it's Monday now. I started on Saturday at around 9. I got the materials. I started cutting and welding at about 12. And then from there, I probably had until about 7 on Saturday. So maybe 6 hours of work. And that's obviously not like everything going as fast as possible. And then from there, Sunday, I did the final cutting of the spacers and everything. And then I finished, welded it, grinded all smooth, painted it, let it cure, and then today's Monday. So it's finished. I'm happy with it. The only thing I would change is the coating. Not the rhino liner, whatever you call it. It's not rhino liner. Would be better than that, but here's what it is. It's going to see use. It's going to get thrown around. But, oh well. But that's been our video. If you would like, please like and subscribe. Bye.